Welcome to this edition of the SKNIS Week in Review, a roundup of the highlights of government-related activities and programs that have taken place over the past week. In this program, we focus on the period October 20th to the 26th. Coming up, Viking Sea makes inaugural call to St. Kitts. 2 major regional events hosted in the Federation. Inland Revenue Department staff trained in cybersecurity, and Prime Minister reveals December concessions. These and more are ahead. Thank you for joining. My name is Jacqueline Bryan. Melia Erskine of the Beach Island Primary School is the winner of the Independence Elocution Competition. The event took place at the Calvary Baptist Tabernacle in Sandy Point on the 20th of October. It had been postponed due to Hurricane Maria. Second runner-up was Takaila Hart of the Tyrrell Williams Primary School, and third runner-up was Devonje Stokes of the Joshua Obadiah Williams Primary School. All public primary schools were invited to participate. The competition was divided into 3 zones: the East Zone, West Zone, and Bastia Zone. 2 schools with the best elocution students were selected from each zone to participate in the finals. The schools that participated in the finals included the Joshua Obadiah Williams Primary and Sadler's Primary from the East Zone, Sandy Point Primary and Tyrrell Williams Primary from the West Zone, and Beach Island Primary and Dean Glassford Primary from Bastia. The students recited the poem Creative Industrious Youth by Sanjay Keynes. Participants were judged on their posture, facial expressions, gestures, and movements. The Viking Sea made its first call to St. Kitts this past week, berthing at Port Zante on the 25th of October. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Tourism, Carleen Henry Morton, was on board the Viking Sea to welcome the captain and his shipmates to the island and to participate in a plaque exchange ceremony. Mrs. Morton said that the people of the Federation were happy to welcome the cruise ship and that her ministry was grateful to have Viking Ocean cruises on the itinerary. The MS Viking Star is the lead ship of the Viking Star class of cruise ships and the first ship operated by Viking Ocean Cruises, a division of Viking Cruises. The Oceania Cruises Serena made its first call to Port Zante on the 11th of October this year. In addition to those 2 cruise lines, 4 additional inaugural calls will be made to the destination in late October and early December. Also scheduled to visit St. Kitts for the first time are the MV Zenith on the 30th of October, the Viking Sky on the 3rd of November, the Norwegian Sun on the 24th of November, and the MSC Fantasia on the 1st of December. According to the St. Kitts Tourism Authority, the first half of the 2017 to 2018 cruise season, which started in October, is set to be record-breaking as a cruise ship is expected every day of the season. Delegates from 9 countries of the English, French, and Dutch-speaking Caribbean assembled in the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis for 2 major health-related events. St. Kitts and Nevis hosted the 2017 Caribbean Infection Prevention and Control or IPC Week of events, which were held at the Ocean Terrace Inn. The aim of the events was to strengthen the surveillance of the region's hospitals. IPC Week was held under the theme, It's a Team Thing. It comprised 2 events, namely the Caribbean Infection Prevention Conference held on October 16th and a workshop on surveillance of healthcare-associated infections from October 17th to the 20th. The week of events was a collaboration between the Pan-American Health Organization, also referred to as PAHO, and the Ministries of Health in the region. Dr. Corey Ford is a consultant with the IPC program. With the increasing number of patients who move from hospital to hospital across the region, he said that the week provided an avenue for officials to further discuss the safety of all stakeholders concerned, especially as it relates to IPC.
Even in this time where we've had hurricanes, there's large movements of people from countries to country. And I think that it is very important that our governments across the region understand the importance of infection prevention control within our hospital systems not only to stop the spread of infections, but as well to protect our workers in terms of their occupational health and safety.
Dr. Corey Ford, consultant with the Infection Prevention and Control Program. Each year, the 3rd of October is dedicated to infection prevention, aiming to raise the profile of infection prevention and highlight the crucial role it plays in improving patient safety. Another regional event was also held in St. Kitts and Nevis this past week. The Federation hosted the 6th meeting of the Caribbean Basin Security Initiative, also referred to as CBSI Commission, at the St. Kitts Marriott Resort on October 26th and 27th. It was the second time the Commission's meeting was held in St. Kitts and Nevis. Present were representatives from Antigua and Barbuda, Guyana, St. Lucia, Trinidad and Tobago, the Regional Security System, also known as the RSS, CARICOM, the United States of America, along with a local delegation from within the Ministry of National Security representing St. Kitts and Nevis. The CBSI focuses on U.S. Caribbean security cooperation. U.S. Department of State representative to the Commission meeting, Giovanni Schneidel, said that the delegates reviewed the progress made in providing security for citizens and residents of the region, among other things.
What the Commission meeting is responsible for, it's composed of all 15 Caribbean countries with the United States. We're looking at how do we improve and how do we address the citizen security concerns that we have. We're talking about the violence and crime in the Caribbean and how do we partner together to address it. What we're preparing for here today in St. Kitts and Nevis is specifically a dialogue, a high-level dialogue of all of our officials who will meet in the Dominican Republic on November 28th and then 29th to basically talk about areas of cooperation so that we can help each other to address the security concerns that we have.
U.S. Department of State representative to the Caribbean Basin Security Initiative Commission meeting, Giovanni Schneidel. 105 staff members from the St. Kitts end of the Inland Revenue Department, or IRD, are now better equipped to deal with the threat of hacking, as they were recently trained in that area during a week-long workshop on cybersecurity. The workshop ran from October 19th to the 26th. It was facilitated by Pierre Bowring, Information and Communications Technology, or ICT Policy Advisor in the Department of Technology, and the instructor for the Civil Servants Cyber Safe program. He focused on a number of topics, including identifying the need for security, securing devices, and using the internet securely.
It's a cyber safe program that seeks to empower them, to prepare them if there are any challenges that they may come across with regards to emails, strange-looking emails, or strange data requests that tries to get information from them. They were given tips and tools to try and be careful, knowing that the tax information that they have is very important, and also knowing that certain unauthorized persons may be very well wanting to get access to this data.
That was Pierre Bowring, Information and Communications Technology, or ICT Policy Advisor in the Department of Technology, and the instructor for the Civil Servants Cyber Safe program. He said that other ministries and departments in government are being considered to receive the same training. Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Timothy Harris revealed the list of concessions that will be offered by the government in December. He outlined the allowances that will be given to non-commercial importers and travelers effective December 1st to the 31st, 2017.
Gift packages of food are allowed for the first £400 free of duties and taxes. Gift packages of foodstuff are allowed in the country for the first £400 free of duties and taxes. That is upwards of 4 large barrels, I'm advised. Non-commercial travelers and importers will receive a duty-free allowance of EC $540 or US $200 of the CIF value.
Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Timothy Harris. Dr. Harris also stated that the discounted VAT rate day for 2017 is slated for Friday, 15th December at a rate of 5%. Vehicles purchased up to a value of 50,000 EC dollars are to be exempt from VAT. Last year's discounted VAT rate day yielded sales of $40.73 million, which was the largest sales recorded in the history of a discounted VAT rate day. And that concludes this edition of the SKNIS Week in Review. Thank you for watching. Take care.
Stay up to date with news, programs, and activities of the government with SKNIS. Like us on Facebook. Listen to us on SoundCloud. Follow us on Twitter. And watch our videos on YouTube. Connect with us today. SKNIS, St. Kitts and Nevis Information Service.